Ready? No. Since you're doing this thing anyway.
What are Glenn Heath and Nicholas trying to do? Oh, that one almost bit Glenn. Glenn Heath and Nicholas to block off the walkers so they won't be distracted. But those walkers, they were sequestered away in that warehouse. Why would they distract the walkers? This episode is confusing.
It's Carol, right?
Yeah.
Were you a cop too?
Why would you think that?
You're always watching. You always seem ready.
For what?
Handle things.
You're too sweet.
You know, I never saw that scene between, or didn't remember that scene between Morgan and Carol. This is like the first time I'm seeing that scene. And oh my gosh, that's all the writers kept doing. Have people give lip service to Carol. You look like you can handle stuff. Oh, you're so this and you're so that. Really? Really? If you have to keep telling people over and over how great a character is, then something is not translating on screen. This is a visual medium. Show, don't tell. And yeah, shooting firecrackers at a gas tank doesn't make you a badass. It makes you able to cause a distraction. So because Carol fans jumped on that and were like, oh my gosh, she destroyed all of Terminus by herself and she took down all of Terminus by herself. Now the writers have to keep trying to buy other people who saw everything with their own eyes into that false narrative, right? So they have to have characters saying what we're not seeing. Where's the badassery? Why is it everybody, whether they know her or not, are going to say she's a badass? That doesn't make any sense, right? It's, I'm telling you, season 6, the writing was horrendous.
Surely. Damn off, yeah.
You want to have Daryl circle back?
Well, let's catch up. Abraham!
What did Rashida said? There are boardwalkers in that building. Clear the surrounding area and try to keep the focus on the road ahead. The road behind Daryl's bike. Okay. Nor said that. And then Rashida said Morgan is on to Carol. He knows that she's full of it. They did the exact same thing on Daryl Dixon, season 3. Badass Carol. Yeah. I guess no one bought it because Daryl's show, season 1 that didn't have Carol, did well. Once Carol came on board, the show started taking a dive, and season 3 had the lowest ratings of any show in Walking Dead history. Every show, even World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, and other shows, the lowest ratings. So they did such a disservice with Carol. Carol could have been a good character in terms of using her manipulative tendencies to make plans and stuff like that for the group. But trying to make her a physical warrior, which does not match her physicality, she didn't train, because most actors and actresses that do action movies and action scenes train, because you have to make it look realistic or it looks dumb. The way they move, it's almost like it's a choreography, and it's, if you're not a dancer or trained in martial arts or whatever fighting style, it comes off very inauthentic. You can tell, the average person can tell, if you're not a dancer and you're given a specific choreography and you do not know how to count, to move as a dancer does, the person with the untrained eyes can see that right away. That person is not a dancer. If the person is doing action scenes and the way they move, there's no strength in their musculature, the way they punch, the way they move their body, the way they recoil, whatever it is, the naked eye can see that that person cannot do action, that person is not a fighter. You cannot keep saying Carol is a badass and have characters say she's the baddest of the baddest. And yet when she's physically doing action scenes, she looks like a limp noodle. That makes no sense. It's ridiculous. The untrained eye, the most amateur viewer can tell. A child can tell. This person is not a dancer. That person cannot fight. That person didn't train. You can tell because those things require training, and they did not have the actress train. The actress cannot pull off fight choreography. She cannot. And it looks dumb. It looks stupid. It looks awkward. And they keep doing it. And they do a disservice to her. You have other characters saying it over and over. It gets ridiculous and tedious. At least for me, I just go, this is dumb, and just don't want to hear or see the character because there's nothing organic about it. It makes the show dumb. It makes the show look stupid. It makes the show inauthentic. One of the things about The Walking Dead, yes, it's a show about zombies, but the characterization, the characters, the human situations were very authentic. And then having the character do the same story arc over and over, crying, and then, oh, she's a badass, and like a limp noodle do awkward fight choreography. It's dumb. It's stupid. Nobody wants to watch that. And that's why the ratings kept going down and down and down. And the more they featured her, the ratings went down and down because they did a disservice to this character and they took the viewers for idiots. Yeah, her fans will hoorah and whatever because they're like, no matter how Daryl and Carol interact as siblings and family, they're like, oh, they're in love romantically. They're delusional. Their fans just want a specific thing. So they're going to go, yeah, but the rest of us are going, no, this makes no sense. So anyway, I got off on another tangent. Yeah, Abraham is having a time of his life. It's what Sasha said. What they're doing, it's living. You know, instead of just sitting in Alexandria being paranoid of what's next, knowing that the idyllic scenario behind the walls was not realistic. So instead of just sitting there with the expectation of something bad happening, they're proactively out there back into the real world of the apocalypse, fighting the zombies, fighting the threats that's in that world. As Sasha said, that's living. Instead of sitting in Alexandria getting drunk, he's out there doing what they were doing when they were trying to survive, actually tackling what's the real threat, the threat that's threatening the world, the zombies. I felt season 2 Daryl Dixon, the Book of Carol, was boring. Is that what you're saying, Rashida, with the snooze emoji? The Shane bros love Carol. Yeah, the Shane bros, they're delusional, just like the Carol fans. The Shane bros think Shane was the best and he is a better survivor than Rick. Yet Rick is the one that's alive. Shane didn't even survive the first season. No, the second season. He died in the second season. Shane is misogynistic, so you'll find a lot of incels look up to him because they're misogynistic. Shane as some goat and Shane as the great survivalist. Shane lost his ever-loving mind and Shane was taken out by Rick. So I don't know where they're getting that Shane is the best survivor in the apocalypse. So they're delusional, just like the Carol fans, because they're Carol fans that are not delusional, but the Daryl and Carol fans, the ones that want them romantically, even though they're living and loving like siblings the whole 11 seasons of The Walking Dead. I think in the first season, the second season or the third, they were at the prison. Carol did make a move on Daryl, but Daryl showed that he wasn't interested. He didn't see her that way, and Carol accepted it and continued to view him as an honorable man and then took him under her wings like a younger sibling. She was very nurturing to him like she would be to her child, to her daughter. So I saw that once she realized that Daryl wasn't interested that way, she immediately shifted her affections of him into a more sibling familial track, and then it continued that way. That was 11 seasons. They're more siblings. So the Shane bros fit with them because those guys guys are delusional too. Yes, Nor. I agree. They kept Carol alive because of the Daryl Carol fans. Yeah, but it didn't pan out for them, the show, because they're not a draw together anymore. They're just not. Daryl's show was doing very well with Daryl alone, and then they brought Carol in, and it just. Yeah, they're no longer a draw. You know, they weren't really a draw together. People loved their relationship, but after a while, it just diminishing returns. It's not realistic and it didn't work for the show Nor said they love their relationship, so they tried so hard to make her badass just like Daryl to hype the viewers, even if it's not realistic at all. Yeah, you can't. That's the thing. Carol's value was how she is as a character. And if they played on who she really is organically as a character, it can work. Not everyone is a fighter. Eugene used his brains. Carol, they should have delved into her manipulative ways. Just like how when she was in Alexandria, she was pretending she was one way when she isn't. That is a survival tactic that they could use. At the prison, at the farm, she was a valuable member of the group. She can shoot and everything. So I don't know why they think that she has to, you had Rick, you had Michonne, and you have Daryl, the badasses, right? Those are the true action stars of the show. So I guess they wanted to bring her in. It's because of the Carol fans, to, as you said, Nor. But it's not realistic and it's not organic to the character. It doesn't look real. It looks dumb. It looks awkward. It didn't work and it still doesn't work. They lose viewers, but they're still not, I don't know. These Walking Dead executives, I don't know what, because they still have Negan around and it's just not Negan and what's her name, Maggie, together, and it makes no sense. It just makes absolutely no sense. But you can't. They're gonna force what they want, whether it works or not, and that makes no sense. Because I thought it was a for-profit business, and there's no profit in losing ratings and decreasing ratings. There's no profiting that. It makes no sense. You're still on season 3, Soran? So this is your first time watching The Walking Dead? Oh, thank you, Soran. But, oh my gosh, please continue The Walking Dead. You're going to love it. It's awesome. It's an awesome, awesome show. We're actually reacting to season 6, episode 1. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to the episode. Bye, Soran. Yeah, we don't want to spoil you. God bless.
See, Reg. I got it. That was a mess.
Sasha is like, this dude is weird.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, he loves the adrenaline rush, Rashida. Abraham. He said, I'm living, darling, to Sasha. He's bringing back her words to her. Sasha's like, what? Oh, the walls that they built. I just saw, Nor, the walls that they built. I thought the walls were outside Alexandria, but they built those walls there on the street that the horde was going by. Okay. No, I got that part.
It was the right call. We need this.
What else? You need to tell me.
People need to be armed inside the walls. They need to be trained. Everyone. Stop. Here they come.
Said you don't take chances anymore.
Oh, I remember this scene. Oh, I rewound it because I wanted to hear what they were whispering. Remember this scene where Carter wanted to take out Rick? Well, I think Rick wanted for them to see. He wanted Deanna to see that they needed to get trained, the people. And also he wanted the people to see that Rick and the others are an asset. So Morgan intervening, Rick and the others wouldn't allow them to get bit. But he wanted them to experience what it's like to confront these walkers face to face, hand to hand. So it wasn't that he was pushing them under the bus. He wasn't going to allow them to be killed by the walkers. At least I don't think so. Carter was such a coward, big behind the wall for such a long time. The people in Alexandria was cosplayed as survivors. Yeah, I agree with that, Rashida. Yeah, Nor, time to learn how to survive.
That's it.
He stopped.
This is not taking out a wife beater.
He was a murderer, Carter.
Rick wants to do is suicide. I'm sorry, Spencer. Deanna is a sleepy victim of you. So it's on us. We have got to stop him. What the priest said about him, about these people, he was right. Now, how many more of us have to die before we do something? Because pretty soon it's going to be too late.
Carter, you need to be really careful here. You're talking about us going to Deanna and telling her.
No, I'm not talking about talking. About meetings. I'm not talking about that. Plain and simple, we kill him
Whoa.
before he kills us.
Eugene is such a klutz.
Hello? Carter.
He heard.
I didn't. I mean, Carter didn't.
He heard.
Oh,
Carter, don't! You can't!
What the hell's going on?
What are you doing?
Taking this place back from you.
That's what you were talking about in here.
That's what he was talking about.
See, I would have set up some lookouts. That would have been the smart thing. You know, if I happened to... You really think you're gonna take this community from us? From Glenn? From Michonne? From Daryl? From me?
you see who Rick mentioned? From Glenn, from Michonne, from Daryl, from me. Do you see who he thinks of as close to him? That he thinks of that's his family? Many times Rick has spoken about his group, spoken about his people to others, and the names that consistently comes up is Glenn. Because I guess, Glenn saved him and allowed him to find his family. Morgan did too. But I think he really sees Glenn as his family, just like how he sees Daryl. But you see the three. He consistently mentions Daryl, Glenn, and Michonne. And we know Michonne is in there because Michonne is part of his nuclear family, right? The rest are his extended family, but Michonne is his nuclear family. So he said, you think you're going to take this from Daryl, from Glenn, from Michonne, from me. You see how Rick thinks of these people. Notice he didn't say from Maggie, from Rosita, even though Maggie's family to him too. But it shows you who Rick holds near and dear to his heart. He holds all of them near and dear to his heart. He holds Maggie. Maggie's like a little sister to him. But you see who Rick thinks of as an extension of himself. It's Glenn, it's Michonne, it's Daryl, it's me. You have Michonne, that's his nuclear family. Michonne with the babies. Michonne with Carl and Judith. That's his nuclear family. Then outside of his nuclear family, you have Glenn, Daryl, and you have Maggie. And then outside of that, I think you have Carol, Sasha, Rosita, and, the rest of his group. If Herschel was alive, I think Herschel would be in that group with Daryl and Glenn. Maggie and Beth, if she was alive, and Carol would be in the other tier. Yes, his cycle of trust. Yeah. It's not, his cycle of trust, but I think also his cycle of who he loves the most. Nor, to tell you the truth, who he really loves the most. It's Michonne, it's Daryl, it's Glenn. as I tell you, that's how I see how Rick sees his family. And you know how we're gonna see that how Rick sees his family? The scene with Carl when he almost loses Carl. The scene where he's in that room after they defeated everything. They start from the outside. So you saw Heath and you saw the Alexandrians, and then you go, so you're gonna see who is his real inner circle, who really is a part of his Venn diagram. I'm gonna show you. You have the Alexandrians outside, then you have like Tara, Rosita, Abraham. I think they were also close to the door, whether inside or outside. Then you had Maggie. I don't remember where Carol was. And then you had Daryl and Glenn. And then you had Michonne at the door holding Judith and Rick with Carl. It shows you where Rick holds these people in his heart. That was a physical diagram of that. And the statement from Rick is a verbal diagram of that. You're going to take this from Glenn, Michonne, Daryl, and me. Yes, Rashida. Rick's Trinity of family, Glenn, Michonne, and Daryl. Okay, let's finish up The Walking Dead. Okay.
Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Look at Morgan.
What? It was just me. Just kill me.
Why would he kill you?
Right. I'm good. I'm good. You can try to work with us. You can try to survive. Would you do that?
You were right.
Everyone, we need to finish this. We have to keep moving and fan out down that thing, front to back. Like we said, cops to the parade. Clint, you take the back. You got the other walkie. Got it. If they get sloppy, we fire our weapons, pull them back on track.
Oh, he got bit. Oh.
Toby, they're breaking off. What do you want us to do? Fire your guns and draw them back.
He got bit. I didn't remember that part. Ooh, I love this scene too.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind. I wanted to enjoy the evening a little, and I don't have a porch over there, so.
Get your stuff. You should stay with us. Over here.
You got room?
We'll make it. We don't need to do that anymore. I know you, Morgan. Even if this is the first time. You want to hold her?
So you guys saw that? Let me catch up on this. Do you have any idea who you're talking to? Ooh, Seven. I didn't like the way they did Morgan's character either. They kept flip-flopping his character. Either he's going to be all life is precious or he's going... Yeah, they really did a number on Morgan. I really hated it. But look at, like, right how he is right here is okay. But they took it to the extreme later on because he seemed concerned and observant, which is fine. But they took it took it too far. But did you guys notice this scene? I love this scene. This scene, you have Morgan sitting on Rick's porch, and Rick comes out with a baby. Morgan is saying, "Oh, I hope you don't mind me sitting on your porch because where I'm staying doesn't have enough porch, and I wanted to enjoy the evening." And then Michonne comes out of the house. See, Michonne lives with Rick. Michonne lives with Rick. Michonne comes out of the house listening to the conversation between Rick and Morgan. Then Rick says to Morgan, "Move in with us." He didn't say, "Come and live here" or "Come and stay at my place." He said, "Come and live with us." Who is us? It's Michonne and his babies, his nuclear family. You know, he told this group they can go find their own place. He didn't tell that to Michonne. Rick is living with Michonne. Michonne is not his sister. Michonne is a single woman. She's young. I was going to say Rick's age. She's younger than Rick. Why is Rick living with this woman who she's not his kid's nanny? Why is Rick living with Michonne and not with Rosita or with Sasha or with Ara? We know he's not living with Maggie because Maggie's with her husband. Rick is not living with Carol. Rick is living with Michonne, a woman he had asked to raise his son with him. She's not his son's nanny. He asked her to be a family with him. Some might say, well, that means they have a sibling relationship. Really? Does a guy look at his sister the way Rick looks at Michonne? Really? I'm gonna show you a scene how Rick looks at Michonne. If any guy looks at his sister like that, I'm like, have him arrested. Michonne listening to their conversation. He said, "We can live in different houses, but not you, Michonne." Right? He told Daryl, he told Carol, everybody can move to their own homes now. And what did we see next? Michonne living with Rick. He didn't tell Michonne that. He told Daryl and he told Carol. And the others are gone, so I'm thinking he told them. He didn't say a word to Michonne. He's not letting Michonne out of his house. And this is the man that you think is pursuing someone else. I don't know where Daryl lives, but I know Carol doesn't live in Rick's house. Nora said, well, he's living with Michonne because, and I quote, "he didn't want to feel his heart ripped out of his chest and walk out of the door." Yes, Nora, I know what you mean. Definitely. What do you think about Morgan Jones? Am I pronouncing you right? Hi, Mamie. Is it Mamie? I liked Morgan because he saved Rick, but I don't like how they wrote the character later in the season. So here in episode 1, I like him. I enjoy him. I find him measured. I find him thoughtful. So as of right now, I'm okay with Morgan. I actually, more than okay. I like Morgan as he is in this episode. I can't vouch for other episodes because my sentiments may change, but I'm finding this go round watching The Walking Dead. There are certain things that I don't remember seeing. So it's like watching it for the first time, and certain characters that I recalled that really annoyed me in my first watch, I'm enjoying. Like Eugene. I could not stand Eugene. I mean, really could not stand Eugene. And I'm really enjoying him this go round. A character that I still cannot stand. I couldn't stand him the first go round, and I cannot stand him now up till this episode is Gabriel. So I don't know if that will change as we go further on into the seasons. I know when I saw him in The Ones Who Live, I was still annoyed with him. But we'll see. We'll see as we go through the seasons and the episodes if my sentiments change. And I appreciate Sasha more this go round. So who knows? You bought the DVD and the Blu-ray, Rashida? I bought the DVD because we're going to do a reaction, and you know they took it off Netflix. So I did buy the DVD. So, but you bought both of them? I downloaded the 6 episodes and watch it every day. Can't wait to react to it with you girls. I've been watching the ones who live since last year. You're just like Noor, Rashida. Noor says she watches it every day. It's the best. It's the best. Oh my gosh. Because they shortchanged Rick and Michonne so much in The Walking Dead. And it's poetic justice that Andy and Denai did it themselves. All the things that they denied Rick and Michonne of in The Walking Dead, they did it in The Ones Who Live For Us. So I'm be forever grateful to them for rectifying the way that they were treated on the show and loved on Rick and Michonne and gave them the proper spotlight and story. Because as I said, the writing for season 6 was horrendous. And that's the season that they became a couple. So that awful shock value, subverting expectation, and oh, nothing is going on here, and then boom, in a sense that, oh, look over there, look over there. Oh, look, didn't we shock you? Didn't we surprise you? Just inorganic, gimmicky, and dumb. I hated it. And that's the season that they brought our beautiful, beautiful couple together. And it's just a shame because they got the short end of the stick in the writing. It's just awful. But thanks to Denai and Andy, they rectified that in The Ones Who Live. Michonne watching them with her cup of coffee or cup of tea. I don't know which she has.
With that man Carter in the armory. That's you. You see the thing, man, I'm Eddie King County, the one that came back and told me it wasn't over. That was you.
Oh, look at Judith.
Right in front of me right now.
Judith is so cute.
I wanted to kill him. So it would be easier. So I wouldn't have to worry about how he could screw up. But what's the stupid thing to do next? Because that's who he is. Just somebody who shouldn't be alive now. I wanted to kill him. But all that hit me, and I realized I didn't have to do it. He doesn't get it. Somebody like that, they're gonna die no matter what.
Rick is something else. Wow.
Carter. Quiet. Gotta be quiet.
It's working. The gunfire's bringing them back on the road.
Got him, Tobin.
Copy that. What was that screaming?
It was Carter. He got bit right in the face. I stopped him. We have a good hour until we have an agreement when we hand him off to Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham. Why don't you head back? Tell everyone's happy that you know.
Okay, Rick.
You do that for me.
Okay, now this, what Morgan is doing now that's annoying. He's upset with Rick because Rick killed Carter, but Carter would not stop screaming and he was already bitten, so he's basically dead. He wouldn't stop screaming and he's bringing the walkers off course. Morgan getting ready to try to reprimand Rick in this high stakes situation of survival. He's on the brink of starting to annoy me, so that's why I said up till now, I'm liking how measured he is, but that, Rashida said, in the apocalypse, I would like to think I would be like Michonne, but in reality, I'm probably between a Carter, Eugene, or Father Gabriel. That's funny, Rashida.
I'll take care of that one. Michelle, you take point.
I know it's how it is. I do.
Yeah. I do too.
North said, I would probably be bicycle girl. That's funny, North.
I was just getting more flares for tomorrow. I know I haven't. I just thought it might be best if I let things be for a while.
Ron, tell me what happened.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. He shouldn't have been out there.
No, he shouldn't have. You're right. But you can't talk to him like that, Rick. You can't touch him. Not you.
What?
Ron needed to hear every word I said. That's why I grabbed him. I wasn't angry. I was just telling him.
You can't touch him? He saved his life. This woman is ridiculous. If he didn't grab him, he would have gone over the cliff.
You can't hear it. You gotta understand that.
He needs to know how to handle himself. I can teach him. I can teach you. You need to know how.
Rick, when I found out we could have them, I asked Rosita to start showing me how. Okay, she's gonna teach me. And I'm gonna teach Ron, and I'm gonna teach Sam. Look, I heard what you were saying to us at the meeting. And at my house before. I am gonna fight, Rick.
This is the finish line. When we make it to green, we fall back. The ditches and ridges will keep them on the road. We head home, let Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham take them the rest of the way, 20 miles more. Let's go.
Got a question for you. Listen, intel for our little road trip tomorrow.
Ask me.
You doing this because you want to die?
No.
Nor said Jesse is playing push and pull games with Rick. Well, possibly, but Rick was saying, I know I haven't been around. Remember, I told you he didn't go after her immediately or anything because he isn't really that interested, and she was the one that tried to get him to agree to be with her. So he's saying, well, I didn't come around, but now she's like, oh, it can't be whatever. Maybe she's angry that he didn't come around. Maybe that's why she was like trying to act as if she's putting up boundaries because he didn't do what she expected him to do right away, which is to come after her. So that may be the possibility too, Nor. Pull him close, and when he does push him away, twisted person playing with his feet. No, I don't think that's what it is, because she's the one that she pursued him at first. She wants him, and she's the one that got him to agree to be with her if she gave him permission to get rid of Pete. Pete. And remember, the conversation started with, I'm sorry I have not been around. And that's, I told you, he didn't go after her right away because he reluctantly agreed to be with her. So that's why he's telling her, I'm sorry I didn't come around after. And she's like, well, you can't do this and you can't do that. I think she's upset because he didn't immediately go be with her. You see what I'm saying? So why would he be apologizing for not doing that? And the reason he's apologizing because that was the agreement. That was the agreement. So he doesn't really want this. He doesn't really want it. And remember when they were in the field building the wall and he was looking at everyone, she looked over at him and smiled and he smiled back. So she's still interested. So it's not push and pull. She's upset that he didn't rush to her. He didn't start according to the agreement that he would be with her if she agreed that he could get rid of Pete. I think she was just upset that he didn't come around right away because she wouldn't push him away because she wants him. Remember, she was, oh, look, hi, Rick. And then after Rick smiled back, Rick was looking at the rest of everybody. So it wasn't just about her. He was looking at other Alexandrians because he was like, darn, these people aren't ready, but let's see what they'll do. Rashida, you still here? Yeah, Rick was testing Alexandrians to see if they had the stamina to fight the walkers. Nor I'm in my bed watching our sister educating us on Rashida. Yeah, I know Rashida needs to go to bed. Let me hurry up and finish. We have like 4 minutes left. Let's finish it up. Okay.
It'll take him right past here. Let noise get distracted. Clear it on the way back tonight. Don't want any surprises tomorrow.
Oh, wait a second. Rick took them. Oh.
Got it.
Oh, that's the warehouse that he took them, that Glenn went to. Because I was wondering why they went there. Hi, Sandrine.
I know this sounds insane.
Bonne nuit. It's nighttime.
This is an insane world. We have to come for them, or they come for us.
Oh, no. Who's doing that? Who's blaring that horn?
What the hell has happened? That's a horn or something. It's pulling the back half off the road.
Where's that sound coming from? Who did that? Do you guys know?
Whatever that is. Oh. It sounds like it's coming from
Home.
What? From Alexandria? Oh, the wolves. Okay, because I'm like, who's doing that? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't remember a lot of this episode, guys. I didn't remember a lot of this episode. That was very interesting. Wow. So the wolves, the W group, I was like, oh my God. So that's what happened. See, all this time. See, I know like some of the beats. Well, I wouldn't even say beats, like the generalities of the story but I didn't remember a lot of stuff, to tell you the truth. Some of it I don't even recall ever seen before. Wow. And I did fall off. I started to fall off in season 6 because I thought the writing was very poorly done. Very poorly done. So I did watch the shown episode though, 610, but I fell off. I have to admit that I started falling off late season 5, early season 6, because the writing was just driving me crazy. As a writer, I'm like, what is this crap? Oh, Rashida. Thank you for sacrificing and staying up, Nora. I appreciate it so much. The time difference is brutal. Some of the episodes of season 6 were that great, but I was really focused on Rick and Michonne. Yeah, Any parting thoughts on this episode that you want to share? Nor and Rashida? Sandrine, we're finishing up. You caught us late. Yes, it was. Yeah, I just wish they did it more linear. I didn't like going back and forth. Rashida said it was a good episode, very intense at certain points. Nor said it was a bad episode for me, just long and meaningless. It didn't move the plot that much, to tell you the truth. And the meandering of it, I can tell it was Greg Nicotero that did it, because he's just trying to get fancy with it. And the point that a director has to keep in mind always, first and foremost, is, are you relaying the story to the audience so they can understand and follow the story? This was just, he's trying to get artistic. Who directed The Walking Dead 6-1? Greg Nicotero. I was right. I could tell it wasn't a masterful director. It wasn't, I would say, a skilled director, because the number one point that you have to keep in mind as a director is that you make sure that the narrative of the story flows and that your audience can follow the story. You can get creative, you can get artistic, but when you try to do too much, or you're trying to make it where the art doesn't serve the narrative, it's just a waste of time. You usually find that more often with film students than an experienced director. Okay, and thank you so much, my lovelies, for hanging with me and watching this episode with me. You make it so much more fun. You make it better. I look forward to doing the rest of the season with you. Okay, bye. Love you, Nor. Love you, Rashida. Sandrine, thank you for stopping by. Bonne nuit. Bonjour. I know it's daytime for you. Bye, guys. Next time, chime in. If you disagree with what I'm saying, tell me why. You may change my mind. Maybe. Okay. Bye, guys. Love you. Take care.